Raise your hand if you've ever sacrificed physical, mental, and/or emotional health to overwork yourself into an extremely depressive state of mind that takes days to recover from in hopes to be happy with a result, knowing it's probably not gonna be worth it in the end. Hey, I'm gonna go run 50 miles and refuse to eat, sleep, or take care of myself until I'm done. Oh, you doof. That's a horrible idea. You need sunscreen first. I have not slept for a week. My blood flows with Red Bull and Xanax. What? Wait, I've got to study for final exams! No time! Go take a nap! So say you like chocolate. I do like chocolate. No one asked you. Take time for self-care. Yeah, it sounds generic and straightforward. So then do it, you dummy! Wait, I thought you were a farmer. No one asked you. When I was living on my own for the first time, I had to go to the store and get milk and paper towels. And that was the first time I was like, wow. I am such a freaking adult. We've got some Asian blood in us, so we can't bring dishonor to our family. We do all the typical things like call adults Mr. and Mrs., ask to be excused from dinner, make sure to thank everyone for everything ever, bow to our superiors. When my mom had new people come over to the house, she would make me introduce myself and shake their hand, and then when no one was looking, she'd pull me aside to a different room and quiz me. What color are their eyes? That was my mom's training course to get me to be good at eye contact because I guess I used to be stupid and not look at people when they talked. But I remember that kind of backfired because I'd be so focused on memorizing their eyes that I wouldn't pay attention to what they were saying. Hi Jaiden, how are you? Shh! Alright, loser, I've got a quiz to take. This is what she does. Mom, did you put my book somewhere? Huh? Objectively speaking, a what is exponentially better than a huh? I started mocking her whenever she did it, and then she gradually stopped bothering me about saying pardon. Also, I realized I never told you that I had a lisp as a kid. My parents meme on me about it all the time, and a running joke in the family came from when I used to be babysat by my mom's friend, who's Italian, which means she'd talk like this and have her house full of a spaghetti, and oh mamma mia. I'm only half joking. She's very Italian. Yahoo! She would make pasta for me all the time, and whenever she would ask what I wanted for lunch, I would pathetically go, pasta with no sauce! I wanted pasta with no sauce. And now, if my family would be having pasta for dinner, someone would end up going, but I was terrified of these filters against the side and always refused to go across them because I was scared of being sucked in or something. I don't know how I passed that class because I refused to do the exercise, but at least I knew her eyes were blue. And then at the end of each lesson, she'd give us a piece of licorice, like we were dogs. I didn't like licorice. Oh yeah, and also this one time I almost drowned and died. So my parents were having a bunch of their friends over who also had kids for a pool party. There were a handful of pool toys like blow-up dolphins and beach balls, but we also had this floating foam mat. I was doofing off doing my own thing, and at one point when I was underwater, the mat drifted over top of me. When I had to go up for air, I hit the bottom of the mat, and I was like, uh-oh. Time for advanced critical problem solving. So if this mat is over top of me, I can't get up to the surface to breathe. So what do I do? I got it. I'll simply become a child Hercules and lift 3 6-year-olds from underwater into the air with my twig arms. Rather than using one of my 4 brain cells and swimming 2 feet to the side away from the mat, I decided to try and just bench press my way to survival. One of the adults realized I was being an idiot and also dying, and instead of being like, well, survival of the fittest, he dove in and saved me. So I didn't end up drowning of stupidity. Thank you, Mr. Chad. And now I'm here, on my own, moved to California, in my own place, not dead at the bottom of a pool, staring at everyone. Just think about how helpless and stupid babies are when they start out. They can't do anything. You can just put a baby on the ground and do nothing. Just leave it alone, and it'll just... pathetic.
Hey, wait a second. Ari's birthday? You made this video last year.
Yeah. Ari can't count, so I'll keep track for him. You're at 2. I freaked myself out and ended up Googling how to get peanut butter out of your bird's nose. There wasn't any information on the topic, surprisingly, and as I was looking up what the scientific term for bird nostril was, He sneezed it out. I've been researching and wanting an Ari since I was 12, but I'm still learning new things about them all the time. All you out there who have a bird probably definitely know what I'm gonna get into here, but I'm gonna enlighten the rest of you about a little bird thing called a morning poop. This is all learned through personal experience. Ari was finally starting to warm up to me and eventually got to the point where he was comfortable stepping on my finger and playing and stuff. So one morning I took off the blanket on his cage and said good morning like I always do. He was excited to start the new day and I let him out onto my bed. He walked around and quacked a bit and then took the biggest frickin' poop I've ever seen come out of a bird. What the crap is this, Ari? What the frick? There's no possible way a giant mountain poop can even come out of this 2-ounce bird child's bird hole. Ari poops are normally like the size of a fingernail, but this one was like a spoonful. Don't try to envision it too much. Do birds take giant poops in the morning, or did he just lay a poop egg? I'm working at my computer and my mom walks in to say good morning to Ari. I wasn't paying too much attention as she took him out of the cage and onto the desk, and all of a sudden, Vietnam flashbacks. Wait, did he... Ugh. Did he just poop all his guts out? No, I forgot to warn you about morning poops. What? Can you clean this up? Ha! No, it's your bird. So that's morning poops 2, us 0. But we haven't striked out yet. Struck out. Fast forward a month or two, and I had my parents watch Ari because I was going out of town for a bit. Ari was more social back then, so he let my parents pick him up. He hates everyone now.